I made 1,000.
All week they've been cashing.
I have tripled my bankroll.
I feel like you print money over here.
You're the most consistent.
Ain't nobody that's spot on like you, man.
So far, it's been like around 75% hit rate.
You feeding families, man.
PrizePicks, man. He is the fucking man.
What's up, guys? It's B Wade. We continue to crush the NFL. We hit 7 out of 9 props that I gave out for Thanksgiving. We went 6-3 on the games this past Sunday, guys, and I have been doing a ton of research. We already have picks out for Thursday Night Football. But looking at this Sunday, I'm going to break it up into time slots. I'm going to give you guys my 8 favorite picks for the 1 o'clock games. I'm going to walk through each of them and then kind of put them together in a couple parlays and show you what that looks like. I'm also giving away a signed Jamar Chase jersey, so I'll tell you later in the video how you can win that. But I'm going to jump right into these picks for you. So I'm starting with Tua, over 251 passing yards. Look, he's been cooking lately. This Miami offense has been looking really good. He's getting comfortable again in this offense, and the Jets they're just dead at this point. I know it says they are ranked second for passing yards defense. Part of that is they've been so bad that teams have stopped passing on them in the second half and they can just run. But they're not playing really with any emotion or heart at this point, and I don't expect them to play like the second best passing defense in the NFL. I think Tua continues to cook. He very well could go over 300 yards in this. Last I saw, Miami was 6.5 point favorites, so I expect him to win. I think Tua goes, and honestly, he hasn't even been utilizing Jalen Waddle and Tyreek the way that he could. So this line is low. Love it. I think it's going to go up before the game kicks off, so make sure you lock this one in before Sunday. We are going to stack him with Jonnu Smith over 49.5 receiving yards. This has been his top target these last 3 games with him going over. You see, it's been 3 games where he's just been playing really well, and Jonnu Smith has been the direct recipient of a lot of that action. There's not much else to say about it, honestly. You look at his targets, he's gotten 8, 11, and 11 targets, and he's catching most of them. He caught 10 last week, 9 the week before. His receptions line isn't live yet, but once it does go live, as long as it's below 6.5, I would play that as well. I like Jonnu Smith to get at least 7 receptions in this game. So, guys, that's our first 2 picks. We're going Mac Jones under 202 passing yards. So he went over this past week against Houston. That was a game where they went down early. They were playing from behind, and the game script had him passing a lot, which is how he got to 235. Now, they're going up against a Tennessee defense this week that is ranked number 1 in passing yards allowed, and Tennessee's offense is not great. I expect this game to be closer than we saw last week, which means they're going to be able to run the ball throughout the whole game. They're not going to be having to play catch-up, I don't think. And Mac Jones is not going to be able to pass for 235 yards against this Tennessee defense. I don't see any way. You see here, he had 42 passing plays last week, which is the only way that he was able to get the 235 yards. He's not going to have that type of game script this week, and he's staying under 200. Our last pick on this first parlay, we're going Brock Bowers over 67.5 receiving yards. Look, this is the best tight end in the NFL. He's going up against the Tampa Bay pass defense that is soft as baby shit. You see they're giving up 277 yards in general through the air and 66.7 to tight ends. Brock Bowers is not your average tight end. Brock Bowers is going to cook them for over 100 yards in this game. You look at the action he's been getting. He's gotten 40 targets in the last 3 weeks. 40 targets as a tight end in the last 3 weeks. Guys, lock this in. And that's going to be our first slip, guys. We're getting 9x for this. I put it in on PrizePicks, which Vivid has the best payouts, especially when it comes to correlation slips. Putting Tua and Jonnu together, you would get a lesser payout if you were on something like PrizePicks. Vivid also is giving us free picks every week, multiple. I already used it on a different slip, but they gave us Patrick Mahomes over half a passing yard for this weekend. I got Barkley over half a rushing yard, Jason Tatum over half a point last week. They give out more free picks than anyone else. You're not ever going to get picks like that on some of these other platforms. So Take advantage of it. Sign up on Vivid. You're going to get your first deposit doubled when you use code BWP. You can also just use the link down below in the description, but PrizePicks is the easiest app to be profitable on, so take advantage of that. Also, the Jamar Chase jersey, guys, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, throw a comment down below, and you will be entered to win this Jamar Chase autographed jersey. It's certified by Beckett. This thing's fucking sick. I just want to show my appreciation to y'all. So it's a giveaway. I will be doing the drawing December 15th, and I have like under 500 subscribers, so you have a really good chance of winning this thing if you just fulfill those requirements. I'm going to jump into these last 4 picks and walk you through each of them. Alright, we are starting out the last 4 picks with Russell Wilson over 225.5 passing yards. He just dropped 414 on Cincinnati's head, and I know Cincinnati is not the best pass defense, but either is Cleveland. Cleveland just got absolutely cooked this past week by Bo Nix and the Broncos. They're giving up 221 yards on average a game, and the only 2 games where he missed it were against Washington, which is a solid pass defense, and then Baltimore, which that was just a weird game. But you come back here, they just played them 2 weeks ago, and in a snow-covered game where you could barely see 10 yards down the field, he threw for 270 yards. So in better conditions, I expect him to go for at least 250 in this game. I'm locking this in, and then I'm stacking him with George Pickens, who's gone over in 5 out of his last 6 games. They're giving up 165 yards a game to wide receivers, the 237 overall, and yeah, I love this stack. Russell Wilson and George Pickens are both going to cook this week against Cleveland. You see, 2 weeks ago they held him to only 48 yards. He's going to come back with a vengeance. He was salty as shit after that game. I don't know if anyone remembers it, but he had some choice words. So I love him to come out, have a big game in this one, and putting Russell Wilson and George Pickens together gives us a better percentage chance of that hitting. Next, we're taking Jerry Jeudy over 65.5 receiving yards. Look, their whole wide receiving core is injured. It's all right here. You come down, Pittsburgh's defense in the air is very average. They're ranked 21st overall, 18th against wide receivers. And you come down, this is what Jerry Jeudy's done since Jameis Winston has stepped into the quarterback role, right? I know this last game was an outlier. I'm not saying that's a normal game for him. That's not a normal game for anyone. But even looking back at his past 5, he's hit at least 70 yards in each of them. This is a disrespectful line at 65.5. I expect him to go over it. He went for 85 last time they played. I expect something in that 80 to 110 range for him. Locking this in. I don't see it live anywhere yet, but if you can get his receptions line somewhere, I want to say, yeah, if you can get his receptions at 4.5 or 5, I would lock it in. Over 5.5, depending on the price, but I don't think it's going to be higher than 5.5. So love his yards line, love his receptions line, lock in Jerry Jeudy. And then our last pick, they don't have him on outlier, but we're going Bucky Irving over. It's the same number, 65.5 rushing yards. He has become the lead back in Tampa. You saw what he did last week against Carolina. I've played his rushing stat the last 3 weeks in a row. He's hit it every week. It has been climbing a little bit. It was in like the mid-50s against the Giants. I want to say low 60s last week. It's at 65.5 this week. But he's going up against a Vegas rush defense that is soft. So, love this one. I expect Tampa to be winning it and him to be able to carry the ball throughout the second half and really seal that W for him and get at least 75 to 90 yards in this game. So that's my 4th pick. I put this one in on Dabble because Dabble has some of the best payouts when you're looking at correlated plays. Again, guys, putting together quarterback wide receiver stacks gives you a better chance statistically of hitting these slips, and a lot of other apps have found that out, and so they decrease your payout when they do that. PrizePicks is going to decrease your payout. Underdog, better. Dabble gives us a full 10x for this slip, even though there's correlation in it, which is fantastic. Dabble should be your go-to app when you're putting in correlated plays. They will give you $25 when you sign up and use code BWadePicks. You don't need to make a deposit or anything. That's absolutely free money, guys. If you don't have Dabble yet, you need to sign up. Use code BWadePicks or just use the link down below in the description. They will load $25 in your account. No deposit needed. Free money. Sign up on Dabble. Take advantage of that free money, guys. And if you haven't checked out dgfantasy.com yet, you need to. What they do is they aggregate millions of data points for all the fantasy apps, and they tell you in real time where there's differences between the platforms and how to take advantage of that and be profitable. I've used it the last year. It's helped me a ton. So I've partnered with them. You guys are able to get 25% off when you use code BWade. Check out dgfantasy.com. You will not regret it, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe so that you can be entered to win that Jamar Chase jersey, and let's make some money this weekend.